Good evening, everyone. Welcome to closing comments here on May 7th. Let's take a look at our charts, starting off with our live cattle. Today we saw the beginning of that pullback we were anticipating coming into the day. Yesterday we saw price balancing out up here at the top end of this rally we've seen over the past 4 weeks. Price just started to get a little bit heavy up here around 213 and a half, just kind of giving us a clue that we could be on the heels of a pullback. Opening range today stayed inside the prior day's range before finally getting those offers coming in after about the first hour of the day below 213. Once we saw those offers below that level, we did start to see the selling pressure kick in, driving price down to 211, which was a perfect test of last Monday through Thursday's range, this 208 to 211 area. That price balanced out in last week. We did just get a nice perfect test of that 211 area with a bounce. Popping back up to 212.42 to close it out today. Going into tomorrow, I would be expecting this pullback to continue, pushing down into this 208 to 211 range. If price is able to get back above 213, we could see it start to stall out or another slow drift higher. However, anything below 213 here, would be expecting to see that pullback continue down into this range. On that lower time frame, on our higher time frames, we do see this 208 to 211 area could be a potential area for support as this 20-day moving average is rising up into it. If price is able to match up here with that moving average in this range, we'd be looking for support to step in this area. But even below 208, we will still be looking for dips to buy. Just got to wait for price to balance out before jumping back into this market. We've had a pretty awesome rally over the last month, so pullback is definitely due, but over the next week or so, any dips should be seen as buying opportunities as this big picture uptrend still remains very strong, and this market is very healthy and strong. Jump over to those feeders. Saw a little bit of a pullback here as well today. Price was able to close back up inside the prior day's range. We did get that early morning breakdown as well, pushing down to just shy of 296 today, getting that rally back up into the prior day's range. I wouldn't be surprised to see the selling pressure continue down towards this 293 area, going towards the 20-day moving average that's rising up into there. Another market we'll be expecting to see dips bought up as the cattle market with both feeders and fats remains strong and healthy, and these uptrends are still intact. So just going to want to wait and see price settle up and balance out at some of these support areas we've got marked out here. But until then, just be expecting this pullback to continue. But this dip should be a pretty good buying opportunity going forward over the next couple weeks. Jumping over to our corn market now. Overnight, we did see a nice fake out breakout above that prior day's high, making the bulls think they were going to bounce out of the low end of this range. However, price was rejected and sold off today during the day session on pretty decent volume, getting that close below these prior swing lows at 450, breaking our hopes of a range trade and confirming a new potential downtrend playing out here. So expect to see those bears continue pushing. Lots of selling pressure over the last 2 weeks here, so going to expect to see that momentum keep carrying lower. First area to be watching as a target is going to be this 435 to 440 area down here. Going to be testing some of these prior swing lows dating back to last November and December. That's going to be an area we want to watch for support to step in, but be ready for those bears to keep pushing this thing lower. And potential new downtrend in the works here. So we have flipped our bias on that market watch to bearish as we did clear and close below this key level at 450. So more downside in the corn market is expected. Crude oil now. Today, crude inventories brought in some volatility in this market. Did see some downside here today following that recent pullback attempt. Price just showing resistance up here at the 60 area. Our bull pivot wasn't able to get any sort of traction above it and immediately sold off, and we're just kind of bouncing back and forth here in this $2 range between 58 and 60. Downtrend is still intact. Wouldn't be surprised to see if we get continuation below 58 tomorrow, to see the bears try and attack that 55 level tomorrow or into the end of the week as well. This is going to be the spot to watch going forward, as the bears need to break that 55. Uh, but as long as we're staying in between these the 60, 15, and 58 pivot levels, just wouldn't be surprised to see continued chopping here. Above that, pullback is due. Wouldn't be surprised to see price get up to the 62 area before finding resistance. This downtrend is still intact. I do expect the bears to continue selling. Just trying to navigate these lower prices that we haven't seen in several years. So just going to see a little bit of choppiness here as price is trying to break down below 55 going forward. So now over to our stock market and the indexes. Fed day today really didn't have a whole lot of excitement for this market, trading in a pretty tight range. We did see just some back and forth as Jerome was talking today, but not a whole lot of directional moves here. Just a lot of chop inside the prior day's range and around the prior day's range. We are seeing so far overnight here in this evening session, prices are starting to rally, so a little bullish action here. If we start to see some continuation above 57.24 tomorrow, I'd be expecting price to bump up towards 58. This is going to be a spot to watch for resistance and more selling pressure to come in. Just going to have to wait and see what price acts like when we get there. In the meantime, this market continues to show good signs of health and a potential recovery following this big breakdown. However, I just want to be cautious going forward, as we still have several of these points that could create more volatility. But every day the picture is getting a little bit better, and these indexes looking a little more bullish each day. I'm just going to expect this recovery effort to continue, and staying bullish here on the indexes. So that's all we got for today. Have a good evening.